Hi, I'm Mark and welcome to my YouTube channel where you'll see some of this. You'll see some of this.
Now me and my baby like to live high and fine. We go on the big ships, go cruising all the time. I got the credit card blues. I got the credit card blues.
And you're going to see a whole lot of this. One now goes like this. Okay, nice and slow. So yes, there are gear demos and yes, there are performances, but what you'll see most of the time on my channel is guitar lessons, and particularly around the blues and blues rock. You'll see some slide lessons, some acoustic lessons, lots and lots of electric guitar lessons, as I say, aimed at blues and blues rock, because I'm trying to inspire future blues players. I want to keep blues alive and keep people out there playing it. So I thought I'd shoot a little video to kind of explain what my channel is about and actually how to find the correct videos for you on my channel, because there's a lot of lessons and you want to find the ones that are appropriate for you. What I'll do is I'll explain the way I teach and kind of how I break down lessons and help you with that. And then at the end of the video, I've got 3 tips generally for how to use YouTube to help you become a better guitar player. How to learn to play guitar using YouTube, because there's a lot of videos out there, you can get lost very quickly. It's not an advert for my channel. I'm not trying to sell anything. I don't have a website or a tuition school or anything like that behind me. I'm just a guy in a spare bedroom playing guitar and trying to pass on some tips and tricks and things and inspire future blues players. So what I'll do is I'll tell you about my tuition method, and I'll give you some tips at the end as well for when you're watching other YouTube videos as well, how to get the most out of them, how to learn to play guitar on YouTube. Okay, so the way I think about guitar playing and levels of guitar is I break it down into 4 categories. To me, there's 4 stages of guitar playing. First of all, you've got your absolute beginner. So this is like literally from day one when you first get a guitar and you don't know one end from the other, you don't know what the strings are called, you don't know how to hold it, you don't know how to pick it, you don't know how to tune it, any of that sort of stuff. Literally day one, absolute beginner. Through kind of learning your first open chords and learning how to do those and kind of fumbling your way through them. That's kind of all that absolute beginner stage, and you're probably just playing some simple songs. You are going to be just playing at home, and if you play in front of anybody at all, probably just one friend or your mum or your dad or your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, whatever you got. You know, where you go, hey look, I've learnt this song, you know, and you go like, okay, we all go through that stage, right? That's absolute beginner. And I just let you know, for me, open chords, it took 6 months just to be able to play a G chord smoothly without having to stop and get my fingers in place and then carry on playing. To be able to just make a smooth transition, that literally took me my first 6 months of playing guitar. Anyway, come out of absolute beginner and you're into the beginner stage. So here you can play your open chords, you know, and it sounds okay. You're starting to learn bar chords, you're learning your first few riffs, you're learning a few scales, maybe trying a solo or two from, I don't know, Clapton or B.B. King or whoever, you know, you admiring in the guitar world. You're probably still playing at home. Well, yeah, you're going to be playing at home. You might go around to friends though and kind of jam with them as well a little bit, try and play along. For me, that was kind of like going along to church when I was younger and just kind of sitting in the background and strumming along, or trying to strum along and keep up. If you play to anybody at all, you're probably just playing to a few friends. So that's kind of that stage. Next stage then is intermediate, and this is where everything's kind of clicked in, and you can play all of you can start playing actual songs. It sounds like real music. You're playing your own solos. You're probably now playing bars. Playing in a cover band, maybe something like that. Actually, maybe earning a little bit of cash at the weekend playing in a covers band. So that's kind of intermediate. And then the final stage then is advanced, and basically you're advanced, your Stevie Ray Vaughan, your Steve Vai, your Eric Clapton. You can blitz all over the fretboard. There's you know it all. You can just play really advanced level stuff. You're probably at that level, you're filling stadiums and playing to huge crowds. Okay, so my channel doesn't cater for that advanced player. Okay, if you're that person and you're looking for lessons, start your own channel. I'll come and watch yours. Okay, so there's nothing at that kind of super advanced level. There's also nothing at the absolute beginner level. My lessons focus on getting you from beginner to intermediate. That leap for me was incredibly hard, because I could open chord books and I could play along and I could listen to records and play, well, it was Clapton solos I started with. I could play those, but it never quite sounded like real music. And then there was a point where it clicked in, and suddenly it actually felt like I was playing real music, and I felt like I could improvise and things. And that was a big leap. In fact, I would say I was spent years in the beginner stage before I made it up to the intermediate stage, where I could actually play and it sounded like real music. The main thing that helped me make that leap, there were several things. I had a guitar tutor, but one of the big things was there was a Guitar Techniques magazine had a column where they gave an example solo and a backing track, and I learnt it, and then I played over the backing track, and then I did the same the next month and the next month. And that is my style of teaching. The majority of lessons that you're going to see on this channel are going to be me playing an example solo that illustrates some point, some technique or scale or something, and then I teach all the licks, and then you get a backing track so you learn it as well. So that's where my lessons are targeted at. If you go onto the playlist section of the channel, you'll see there's a lesson, there's beginner blues, beginner to intermediate, and intermediate. That's the leap I kind of want to help you make. So we've got things from play your very first blues solo right through to kind of more intermediate stuff, and the lessons help you there. So my 3 tips for learning guitar using YouTube. Okay, so the first one is choose a level that's appropriate for you. Right, I spent years wasting time learning stuff that was way too hard that I could barely play open chords properly, and I was trying to, literally one of the first things I tried to learn was Eugene's Trick Bag by Steve Vai. What the hell was I thinking? Anyway, totally wasted my time, never learned to play it, and just got discouraged because I thought I was awful. Don't do that. But similarly, if you're a kind of more intermediate player, don't learn things that are way too below your level. You want to find a level that's stretching you, that's hard, that's difficult, but is achievable. Okay, so that's what you want to aim for. That's why on my channel I've kind of broken these up into these categories. Okay, so that's really important. Tip 1: choose a level that's appropriate for you. Number 2, and this might sound a little strange, but you will never become a better guitar player watching YouTube videos. And what I mean by that is, if you sit down, say 10 hours a day, sit watching YouTube videos of people teaching you stuff, you'll never become a better guitar player. You only become a better guitar player by getting your fingers on the fretboard. So if you get a guitar lesson on YouTube that really resonates with you, you think, yeah, I'd love to learn to play that, or this is pitched at my level, this will make me a better player. Get your guitar. Don't just watch the video. Get your guitar, get your fingers on the fretboard, pause it, learn the licks, play, pause, play the lick. Actually learn it. 90% of guitar playing is fingers on the fretboard. It's muscle memory. It's teaching your fingers to move in a certain way. And it's painful. It's painful to just play the same lick over and over and over again. I still do it today. I still do it. This week I've been learning Good Times, Bad Times by Led Zeppelin, and to get that riff I had to slow it down and painstakingly play it over and over and over and over and over again, and then slowly bring it up to speed. We all have to go through that. But just watching a video, you're not actually going to become a better guitar player. You only become a better guitar player by getting your fingers on the fretboard. And lesson number 3, and this is one that speaks to me an awful lot. You've got to see it through. Okay, so you get a lesson, you think, right, this is really good, I'll start doing it, and you start playing, and you get a little bit discouraged, it's a little bit harder than you think, and then some other video pops up on YouTube, learn, 10 killer licks you must know that in, I don't know, E flat minor or something, I don't know, whatever it is, and you go, oh, I've got to jump over that, and so you give up on one lesson, you jump over to the next. When you're trying to learn from YouTube, that's really tempting to do all the time because there's so many videos churning out. And I know I've had people message me and say they really enjoy my videos, but they're deliberately not keeping up with the latest video when I put a new one out. They're not going and checking it out because they're going to dedicate themselves to learning and finishing it and seeing through the lesson that they're on. And that's better. And I would rather that. Don't find one of my videos and just watch that one and learn from it. I'd rather you did that and actually got something in your playing than you just sat there and watched 20 or 30 videos of mine and never actually learned a thing. So actually spending the time with fingers on the fretboard and see it through. That's why I always supply a backing track, because it doesn't matter if you learn the licks or you get a little bit of head knowledge. It only really clicks in once you can actually do it along with the backing track or along with band or something. So 3 top tips. Choose a level that's appropriate. Get your fingers on the fretboard and see it through. Don't practice until you get it right. You keep practicing until you don't get it wrong. A guitar teacher once said that to me, and it's absolutely stuck with me my entire life. And it's a fantastic piece of advice. That was probably a slightly longer intro video than I expected. Please check out the videos, find something that you like and learn it, and leave me a comment or send me an email or something. Let me know how you're getting on. I'm Mark, and I'll see you in the lessons.